Good evening and welcome to the Guayaquil Space Society. My name is Robert Abhang.
No, yo estoy ya. Estoy ya. A ver, no sé.
Okay, so welcome everybody. Sorry for the technical difficulties. My name is Robert Abhang, president of the Guayaquil Space Society, and we're very excited to have you all here. We have an amazing session planned to talk about students and their impact with their projects that can have in changing the world. So it's something really, really fun that we're going to be having today, those presentations, and we have a two very special groups of students participating today. So if you're not familiar, the Guayaquil Space Society is a chapter of the National Space Society from the United States. And we're working in collaboration with the CEN, which is the Centro Ecuatoriano Norteamericano, which is the English Language Institute in Ecuador. And we definitely want to welcome you. And this is the city of Guayaquil in Ecuador. Please come visit us. We're very excited that you're being part of this webinar tonight. And you can follow us in Twitter and in our YouTube page. And we're going to talk today about how exciting student projects can be. So Hotel Oro Verde, it's our host where we're doing the transmission today. That's the best hotel in Ecuador. And we're very excited that they're collaborating with us and providing support for this transmission from their site. And let me tell you a little bit about a group of students from Ecuador that did an amazing job. And they worked in a 6-week program, learned about science and how science can definitely have a profound effect in changing their lives. And this group of students have been, in this case, working through the last 3 years in a special program in learning English. And they did a wonderful job now during this program, and they developed a project. And they're going to share us about their project, which is the Ecuador Science Center. And I have as a guest that I want to introduce right now. Let me see if he has been able to join. We have as a special guest with us tonight, Austin Slaymaker. Austin is an officer at the U.S. Consulate Office in charge of economic and political concerns. And we're very glad that he's here with us. And we definitely want to give him a brief time so he can share some remarks, congratulating, in this case, the special team from Ecuador regarding their project that they help, in this case, finance through a grant. Austin, hello, good evening, welcome. We're so excited that you're here tonight with us.
Yes, thank you, Robert. Thank you, Robert. Hello, everyone. My name is Austin Slaymaker, and I am a U.S. diplomat currently serving in Ecuador. It's really an honor to be with you this evening. First off, I would just like to congratulate all of the students here on your success. Each one of you should be really proud of what you've accomplished. Robert's told me personally how incredibly talented all of you are and how hard you've worked on your projects and on your English as well. I'm excited to learn more about what you've done this evening. The US government is very proud to support educational programs like this that advance science and technology for youth and advance English language learning for youth in Ecuador and around the world. We are committed to promoting these types of programs because we know the importance of young people in society and the global economy. You have the potential to change the world and solve problems, not just in Ecuador, but all around the world. And you are the future. You have the ability to discover new medicines and create a new machine that takes humans not only to the moon, but well beyond Mars. You have the ability to solve global problems that never seem to be solvable, like poverty or corruption. You will be the global leaders of the future, the teachers, engineers, entrepreneurs, doctors, and maybe there are some of you out there who will even be astronauts someday. I hope that many of you choose to pursue that career. And so I just, again, want you to know that you have the capacity to make a difference in the world. And there are so many opportunities ahead of you. These types of programs are what you should be focusing on, developing your skill set. Keep studying science, English, working hard. I expect many of you to consider applying to study in the United States in the future. I'll close with just a few words from the first United States woman who went to space in 1983. Her name is Sally Ride, and she had a PhD in physics. She said, try to understand who you are and what you want to do. Don't be afraid to go down any road or do whatever it takes to get there. Work as hard as you have to work to achieve what you want to do. Again, I would like to just tell you congratulations and good luck in the future. Thank you, Robert.
Austin, thank you so much. Those were some amazing, encouraging words, and we're very grateful that you are with us this evening. Thank you so much. And as our keynote speakers, we have something very special planned. We have some amazing guests from International Space University, and they just did an amazing program over the summer. And we want to welcome Garima Patel and Richal Abhang. Thank you so much for being here with us. And we also have Victoria Da-Poian, who's also a member of the team. They developed an incredible concept, and they had such a big challenge. And they're going to tell us about how they work together in a team of like 30 people in record time about how to make this project happen. So right now we're going to start first with a project from Ecuador, and then we're going to go ahead and start with the ISU program students, okay? So the STEAM girls from Ecuador, please, the floor is yours. You can start right now.
Okay, thank you all of you for being here, and thank you, Robert, and all the people here. I just would like to know if you can let us share the screen, Robert, please.
Thank you, Romina. It's good, so great to see you here. So please feel free to start your presentation with your group, and the floor is yours.
Yeah, I just wonder if you could let me share the screen, because now I cannot share the screen.
Let's ask for some technical help with Kurt. Kurt, can you help us, please?
Sorry. Ready?
Well, good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to have all of you in this session. This is a STEAM program students from CEN, and today we would like to share with you the project that we were working on. Someone once said, don't wait for big opportunities. You can create a small but wonderful ones by starting with what you have.
The Science Center project appears due to the lack of places focused on science in Ecuador. We trust that establishing a space in which people could expose and debate science topics would be paramount in order to ramp up their interest in a subject like this. We are going through critical moments around the world, which have proven that science combined with other disciplines have been key to moving the world forward. In addition, it's ideal to take advantage of the application of virtually that this situation has left.
The beneficiaries of this initiative will be people interested in STEAM topics. especially teenagers. Undoubtedly, we trust that their curiosity will become in ideas that could help to solve the actual problems we have. This initiative will impact their life positively, acquiring knowledge that they could apply in their life or even in future careers, promoting their uses of English skills and meeting new people with the same interests. Topics are based on the fields of science and technology. Activities could take place face-to-face, forums, screening, or films, and documentaries, exhibition experiments. Virtually. Taking in consideration our situation, we decide to do virtual meetings once 2 months to call people attention, but we expect to do it presential once the situation gets better. This is an example.
As you can see in this activity, we are doing this. We may to recreate how we could do it if this could happen. So we are just doing many activities with some people, and we could improve their knowledge in these fields of science like astronomy and other things like that.
Tourism. In other countries around the world, this type of center draws the attention of big pros. We want to make the Ecuador Science Center an attractive place to people from not only different Ecuador provinces, but also from nearby countries. People development. To prepare the new generation inclusively, anticipate changes in the workplace, develop talent pools, develop the students' entrepreneurial spirit, and also to highlight careers in STEM-related fields.
Build a dream team, support from CEN, corporate partners, university involvement, and municipal and government agency support.
Be part of CEN strategic plan. Develop a budget, land grant to build science center, determine capabilities and activities, local partners and sources of financing, international strategic partners at Space Center Houston.
We hasten to add that the concept of the Ecuador Science Center is to have the equivalent of a science museum, children's museum, Kennedy Space Center, type of institutions that will inspire students and teachers about the positive aspect of science. Ecuador currently does not have any science learning center where students can learn about science in exciting ways, and we would like to change that reality. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you, Romina. Thank you, everybody, for such a wonderful presentation. It was amazing to see the level of commitment that you had during that project to come together and propose something as ambitious and as important to have such an impact on people's lives. And we definitely want to support you and find ways to try to bring this to a reality, hopefully. And this is an important part of doing that, socializing it, talking about it, exchanging ideas, and getting feedback. So congratulations on your effort in bringing this project forward. Thank you so much, all of you. You should really be proud of what you've accomplished so far this summer during this program. And the other thing now that we want to go forward is moving to the next presentation. So we are very excited about the ISU project, and the floor is yours now. Please go ahead and tell us how we're going to travel around the world and what our commercial airliner is going to be looking like. So we're excited to hear about your journey at International Space University.
Thank you so much, Robert. I'll share my screen quickly. Hope you all can see our screen. Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Today, Dr. Garima, Patel, and I, Ms. Richal, Abhang, are going to present our team project Intercontinental Suborbital Transportation Liner on behalf of our team Astra Express. We actually presented this project at ISU during our SSP 21, which was a recent event. And we worked on this project together. We were total 34 members from 21 countries all around the globe. So moving forward, we would like to tell you something more about what is suborbital. So the development of the fast and efficient transportation systems has changed the world. Historical examples include ocean liners in the 19th century and airliners in the 20th. Today, the recent launches of VSS Unity from Virgin Galactic and New Shepard from Blue Origin have demonstrated humankind's strong interest in suborbital flight. Currently, transporting passengers and goods from one side of the globe to the other takes several hours or days. This can be a challenge for fighter pilots, crews, and passengers. Commercialized intercontinental suborbital flight in the next decade can solve the problem of long transportation times. With this in mind, our team did a thorough analysis of the suborbital liner industry, and here we present a summary of the findings and recommendations. It is our hope that this work will help solve the existing challenges and contribute to the exciting future of suborbital flight. So we have come up with our mission statement, which states, recognizing that time is an asset for humanity, our mission is to provide recommendations to guide the safe and sustainable development of accessible suborbital multipurpose transportation systems to achieve both faster and global operations and transform the transportation industry. So here on the screen, we are looking at the evolution of the suborbital flight. It started around 1944, where we had first uncrewed suborbital mission V2 test rocket, which was launched in Germany. In January 1961, we had animal experimentation succeeded with ham as the first space chimpanzee. Then in May 1961, first crewed mission took place with Alan Shepard. In 1963, NASA's X-15 Flight 90 became the first winged craft in space. In 1975, Soviet Union Soyuz 18 became the first crewed in-flight launch abroad that reached the suborbital altitudes, first crewed suborbital space flight since X-15 Flight 91 success. Then in the 21st century, in the year 2004, we had Spaceship 1 Flight 15P, which became the first commercial and private space flight. And now in 2021, we have more successful crewed flights showing promise for future industry. So to proceed with our team project, we had several departments in our project. And to start with human performance in space, which we call HPS, we had suborbital passport. So here onwards, we will be stating some of the challenges that we have, and then the recommendations that our team has given. So to start with suborbital passport, it is the point-to-point suborbital commercial travel requires a demonstration of time savings. Currently, suborbital flight does not represent a time savings due to longer pre-flight and post-flight procedures and measures arising from data gaps in all three of the journey's phases: pre-flight, in-flight, and post-flight. So we recommend streamlining user experience by introducing a suborbital digital passport. This passport would include information such as training status, medical background, medical and liability consent forms, pre-screenings, changes in medical conditions, vaccinations, and a flight history profile that includes spacecraft flown, types of takeoff and landing, horizontal or vertical, propulsion data, flight routes and orbits, a distance tracker, the average speed, and the maximum altitude reached. In addition, it will track the passenger's individual carbon footprint. So to proceed with law, we have Dr. Garima Patel to present the law section and the presentation henceforth. Over to you, Garima. Hello, Garima. I think you're on mute.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Richal, for the exhilarating start. And let's continue the journey of challenges and recommendations with me by first answering the question, what is the applicable law in this industry? That we answer, unfortunately, currently there are no international rules related to suborbital operations of the privately owned space stations or vehicles. There are some national regulations which are related to vehicle re-entry, but they pertain mainly to the safety of people on the ground and not to the safety of passengers or crew members aboard the vehicles. So we as the team, we advocate that a legal regime which is applicable to suborbital flights needs to be established by the states, and until then, they should be governed by the space law. And for the landing of such flights, international corporations, for example, through bilateral agreements between the countries, that will going to play an important role that enables the vehicles to safely enter the country of destination's airspace. Coming to the next area of challenge, that is the communication and navigation. So the voice and data communication and navigation services, they must be made available and highly reliable throughout all the phases of flight, just to ensure the safety as well as the smooth operation of the liner. And we recommend that further studies on the installation of antennas for satellite-based and voice communication systems should be done, and further testing them under high acceleration and velocity environment in order to demonstrate their reliability. Propulsion, heat, and emission for the final ascent of the suborbital craft that needs to be achieved through a rocket engine, which uses a sustainable and non-toxic propellant, is really a big challenge. And currently, there is a lack of predictive modeling of negative impact of these emissions on the space. So we have a couple of recommendations which are coming up from the engineering team. And the first being that the final ascent and the approach or crossing the Kármán line, a rocket engine either for the first or the second module should be used. Although there is a jet engine that is commercially available, but it is only for the first module because it cannot impact enough excess energy to ballistically ascend to 100 kilometers. We also suggest of adding wings to the vehicle for extra safety, and for a ballistic point-to-point trajectory to be upgraded from airports to spaceports should be supported by a robust GNC to meet the need of aggressive maneuvering, which has been performed in short time frames. And finally, we also recommend that non-toxic propellants to be used to limit the emissions. Also, precautionary principles and better and more predictive modeling are required in future to further limit the effects of emissions on the atmosphere. Next we have is the inclusivity, inspiration, and outreach, where most of the world is not knowledgeable about the suborbital transportation benefits or risk. For example, the recent Virgin Galactic and Blue Origin flight created both a backlash and excitement too, inspiring only a small percentage of population. This means that the new space companies are facing marketing and positioning challenges in the industry. And we believe that suborbital companies and global institutions like UN must invest more into education, outreach, and social research to ensure that this flight is more inclusive to all. The next area is regarding the investment and financing, where the research, development, and production of suborbital flight requires a large capital investments over a long period of time. While there is both private and venture funding available, the suborbital industry requires more capital to accelerate commercialization so that it is accessible to a larger market segment than it is currently. And we advocate that government should reduce the risk of industry by providing additional funding and making it more attractive to the investors. Additionally, we also believe an alternative or a new finance instrument would be beneficial for adding capital from new investors. And finally, governments could play an important role in expanding the innovation networks and the resource channels. So to conclude, what we believe is, it has been over 60 years since UV Gagarin has traveled to space, and over 556 humans have reached the boundary of space as defined by FAI. In a population of nearly 8 billion people, we believe this is not enough. Our history has shown us that when technology and exploration has become accessible to many, there is an explosion of technological and societal creativity along with innovation. Personal computers and internet are the best example for this. Just imagine if millions of people could travel to space and experience the overview effect, what new solutions might we create? What new insights might we could have about our environment, humanity, and our future? Might there be an overview effect 2.0? So agglomerating all the points discussed above, we, the Team Extra Express, are inspired by a future where seeing the Earth from the space isn't limited only to the astronaut, but it is accessible to all. Now, this is all from my part. Thank you for your patient listening, and over to you, Richal.
Thank you so much, Garima, for taking us through the journey. So here is our team, our wonderful team, and we really enjoyed this project a lot and we learned a lot. So we would like to thank ISU for providing us the platform, and also iSpace, who sponsored our project. We would like to acknowledge faculty, visiting lecturers, advisors, and experts who guided us throughout the entire project. And last but not the least, we will also like to thank our today's event organizer, Guayaquil Space Society, for inviting us and giving us this opportunity. So Garima, Victoria, and I would like to take any questions if there are any. Thank you so much.
That's a wonderful presentation, Garima and Richal. Thank you so much. An amazing project. And I'm sure that the public has a lot of questions, but I definitely want to ask the first one is, when you were doing this project, you had almost 20 something, 30 members working together, but you were online working together, right? In different parts of the world. Tell us a little bit more about how was that possible and how you came together to make this happen, because I think that's really important, because that's how we're living nowadays with COVID.
Thank you, Robert, for the question, and I would like to answer this on behalf of our team. Definitely, it was a challenging because we were not in person, but what we thought, was the main positive thing for us was being in a different time zone. So our project never slept. This is the one biggest positive outlook I can say of being from different part of the country and online. So we could, interact whenever we want to with others. And we also had one more thing by saying that it was online. So it was not only us who were involved, even our families were also involved in this project. And sometimes we had, our kids or other family members, solving problems which we really didn't had an, absurd ideas of how to do it, what to look at it, and so on. So it was really great, and taking advantage of being online, as well as across the people, interacting with people from across the globe. Yeah, this is what I would like to say. And if any one of you, Richal and Abhang, just want to jump in and add it to whatever I said, you are most welcome to do that.
Yeah, so I think what Garima said is very true. And also it was kind of an astronaut training for us too. Like when we are in space, there is no day and there is no night. So yeah, we kind of had a small astronaut experience here on Earth.
Well, that's wonderful, and that's some very important tips and advice that anybody can use nowadays. And I have so if you have any questions, now's the time to ask them. Please feel free to write them in the chat so we can go over them. And I have a question for the STEM girls from Ecuador. So let's see who wants to answer that question. Is when you started this program, learning about STEAM and how science can can help you progress throughout your careers now that you're thinking about going to the university or being in the first year of your university. What are your plans for the future? I would really like to know about what happened to you in your lives. Have you changed your plans? Do you have a new outlook? What are your expectations now after you finish this program? I would love to hear that. Who wants to go first?
Me, okay. After take this course, I think that maybe my ideas are different because I learned too many things. Our guests were such a wonderful people and they gave us all the knowledge that they had. So to me, it was like, oh my gosh, I learned and I say like, NASA or maybe the space is not like just a little thing, just a simple thing. It's more than that. It's a wonderful space like this, like that, to keep learning, to keep learning. Maybe I can say that new things that we don't know, but not only on internet. We have to know from people who know about it. And I think that that is the most beautiful thing that we can have.
Thank you, Romina. That was really, really amazing to hear from you. And I see some hearts and thumbs up based on those comments. And who else would like to share from STEAM Girls about their experience so far? I see some faces moving there. Naomi, I know you love to share.
As Romina said, well, for me, when I was a kid, I've always liked to. When I was a kid, I used to think that I could possibly be an astronaut, and like now that I had this opportunity to be here, to be part of a group, making a project about things about space and science, it's just so unrealistic to me. But at the same time, it's so amazing because I got the opportunity to meet other people from other countries, to gain knowledge from them. And that was just amazing. And I'm really thankful for that opportunity that we gave us.
Thank you, Naomi. And that's really good. And that really makes me think now that it'll be a good opportunity too for the STEAM girls from Ecuador to ask Garima and Richal maybe any questions about their project. And I think it will be great for both teams to engage, to start questions about what do they think of each other's project and what are they curious about. So if anybody from the STEAM girls would like to ask Richal and Garima project, please, right now's the time.
Yeah, so I want to ask them what was their impression about our project. I know we are just starting, but if you can give us some like instructions to be better, to improve our project, it will be amazing.
Go ahead, Richal.
Thank you. So thanks, Romania, for asking that question. And we felt that you girls are doing so great. And it's very important for girls and females to be in STEM fields, as we don't have many women working in this field. So it's surely a great thing. And also it has surely inspired me. And I know it's same with Garima and Victoria too. So keep doing all the school projects, if you keep looking out for opportunities. And sure, like as we became a part of ISU family, ISU is a great platform. So in future, do join ISU's project like Space Student Program, space student Southern Hemisphere program and master's program. And apart from that, there are many space related competitions. So try to build a great network, not just in your country, but also outside your country, and try to connect as many people as you can, because when it comes to space, it's an international collaboration. So don't be shy, don't be afraid, don't let the language be a barrier. For me and Garima, English is also not our mother tongue, but still we could connect to each other because of our same interests and same passion. So yeah, that's from my side. All the best. Do you
And
want to
I
say
guess
anything?
Victoria would like to say a few words to them and just to encourage.
Yeah, hi guys. I'm really impressed and I'm so happy to be with you. And congrats to all of you, Richal, Garima, you did a great job, and all you young team, you did amazing. I'm really impressed by the English because I understood in the introduction that it was also a challenge, but it was amazing. You speak so well. That's congratulations, really. And what Richal and Garima say, you're the future of this generation. You will be teaching others, you'll be inspiring others. So just take all the opportunities you have. As Richal say, there are students opportunities, there are also associations and some like organizations for space sector. I'll put some links in the chat. And also don't be shy to ask questions. Like you have our contacts, so Richal, Garima, myself, you can just reach out to us and we can talk like another time, not right now, but it's pretty late or pretty early for different time zones. But yeah, it's really a family. Space is a family, so feel free to reach out and ask questions. And it's what we did a few months ago, and we learned a lot. So congratulations and feel free to reach out.
Those were some wonderful words, Victoria. Thank you so much. And now I'm really curious and always ask people, you know, what's next? So I definitely would love to hear is what is going to happen next in your life plans, Richal, Garima, and Victoria, now that you finished this International Space University program. So if you would like to share, we would love to hear how you're going to conquer the world now and space. Please share your stories.
Who would like to go first, girls? So we'll start with Victoria or Richal.
I don't mind. So during ISU, so I'm coming from France, but I'm living in the US. So also English is not my first language. So we are all in the same boat here. But during ISU, I was working. So I graduated in 2019 from Aerospace engineering degree in France. And since then, I have been working in the US at NASA. So I'm kind of a space geek and working there. So I did this working in parallel. So it's nothing new for me. It's just continuing work after ISU. So it was 6 weeks of craziness, and now it's going back to normal life during the pandemic. So teleworking, you know. But yeah, that's mainly it for me. Richal and then Garima.
Yeah. So also, like we as a team Master Express, we want to take this project further. We are also looking for opportunities wherein we can take this to a research level, or maybe we can have an own startup with this project idea. Also, we are also looking out for different space challenges, not just our suborbital liner project, but also like as Victoria pointed out that there are so many student challenges and professional challenges. So our team is currently looking out for such challenges where we can improve our skill set and knowledge. Though we are working in space industry, still we are in the learning phase, and still we all are students. I think Garima and Victoria would agree. So yeah, over to you, Garima.
Thank you. Okay, to start with, I am really amazed with you girls. You know, I'm in my 30s, and at this time I have taken first step in space. So I'm basically a physiotherapist who has taken her first step in the space in her 3rd decade. And you know how inspired I am seeing you all here at such a young age. Okay, so kudos to you all. I hope there's a long, long way for you to go, and I'm looking forward to you. Now, personally, if you ask me how I'm taking it further, just like Richal said, yes. So we are again forming, a small teams within our group of 34 people, those who are interested into a particular area, and we are moving forward with the research, because that's the only way, education and research and brainstorming, to keep you updated and move forward. Also, on a personal level, like I belong from India, where the awareness about space and getting mentors and so on is it's not that handy and not so easy. So on a personal level, I have started taking interviews. It's just fun interviews for kids, for people who are interested in space, and I'm trying to match mentor for them. So fun interview where I just ask what is your favorite food, which is your favorite planet, and what we'll be doing there, and so on. And I'm giving them a surprise by finding a suitable mentor. Okay, and yes, maybe a surprise for Victoria, because she is a mentorship head in SGAC. So yeah, you can surely contact Victoria if you want, personal mentors for your future. But even you can contact me, and if it is possible, I'll find a mentor who would guide you through every step. This is what I'm doing, at a personal level, just to raise a bar, or just to, spread awareness about space among people in India. And I would definitely like to help you all as well. Thank you, and good luck to you for your future.
Thank you, Garima. And I think that's a wonderful comment that you made. And sometimes we are quick in making acronyms, but some people don't know. So if we can maybe explain a little bit about what is SGC, and Victoria, if you can explain a little bit more about that, so maybe the STEAM girls can get involved and look it up online, if you don't mind sharing.
Yeah, sure. So I put some links in the chat. Hopefully you have access to the chat. The first one I put is about SGAC. So SGAC stands for Space Generation Advisory Council. So the website for me is always really slow, so hopefully it will work better for you. But it's kind of an organization to make everybody interested in space, even if you are not working in the space sector, see what is outside, like what is outside of your country, and some organization for different projects. So maybe you are interested in small satellites, so there is a team project for small satellites, or maybe you are interested in astronauts going to the moon, so there are some team projects for this. And the idea is you join when you are below 35, if I remember, but you're all below 35, so no worries. You can join and just meet people interested in space. And it's really a networking organization. So you just meet people and talk about what you do, what you're interested. And as Garima said, I'm organizing the mentoring. So it's how we can match mentors and mentees. So for you want some guidance, you want some inspiration, you want to know like which study and what countries and what, I don't know, jobs exist out there. So we try to find some mentors who can just talk about their life and tell you, oh, I did this and I did this, and just help you a little bit and guide you and just listen to you. So it's really discussion and creating a relationship. Yeah, so that's I think a great first step in the space sector to join. And you don't have to do anything, just mainly talking to people and see what is the opportunities, like competition, space competition, or just conferences, and everything is virtual because of COVID. So everybody can join. So that's also great for you. So I really advise to create an account and just have a newsletter and see what is there for you.
Thank you, Victoria. That's really important, and it's a great experience for people to participate and get involved. And hopefully we can get more people from Ecuador now to start participating in the SGAC. And I think that's something
that would be great.
It'll be a great organization. And we have the STEAM girls who can take a leadership role with that. So if you want to get involved, I definitely encourage you to follow that. You can definitely make new friends, get new opportunities. And most of you wanted to go study in the United States. So that's a great opportunity to start making those contacts about what places to visit and where to go. Because now you'll know somebody there, right? In other parts of the world too. And now I have here, you cannot see them, but you'll see them on the screens. I invited a bunch of people because and we're all together in this lobby in the hotel, Hotel Oro Verde meeting. And I invited a bunch of leaders from the community in Ecuador in education and museum experience, because I definitely wanted them to see your projects, both of your initiatives, and to understand the power that students can definitely have with their vision and their energy. And it's something that we definitely have to encourage and we definitely have to support. And we're really glad that you've done such an outstanding job with both of your projects, and the opportunities that follow are limitless, because as you start this process, you'll find other opportunities that keep growing on top of each other, and you'll start meeting people that will continue through that process of making new opportunities. And it's just a never-ending chain of positive aspects that you've started now with space. So I'm just thinking about, 5-10 years from now, where all of you are going to be and what you're going to be doing. And I just think it's so exciting to think about that, right? So are there any questions from the public? I really want to see if anybody has any questions. So I see a comment from Jose. He's saying the Amazons are conquering space. This is a big challenge. Go on. So that's really good. So definitely a lot of opportunity for diversity, for inclusion, and we're just glad to be able to support people to get involved and people to participate and see how we can definitely make a positive difference. And these programs that we would like to support and encourage here in Ecuador through the Guayaquil Space Society, it's about bringing people together, And Ecuador doesn't have as much as an event history or advanced knowledge in regard to space, and that's something that we definitely need to change, about how science can definitely play a key role in people's lives. And that's when we definitely reach out to experts to participate in our events and have them interact with local student projects so we can learn from each other and definitely do exciting things. So we're really looking at those opportunities about what we can do next. And we're very open to suggestions from the public. And we record all our sessions in our YouTube page. So these will be available for everybody to watch. So you can share with your families and friends. So it's really exciting that way. And I have here next to me, Nelson, who has a question. Nelson, please.
First, congratulations to the girls and the projects. They're very interesting, and I think they have a future to be implemented. I would like to know about the time range it took for the project from the start to have it as you have now. So just to have an idea how much time it took for all the members to conclude the project at the suborbital flights.
It was 6 weeks for us. So we started in June and we have finally submitted in the August. So it almost took us 6 weeks. Especially I can say the last 2 weeks was very intense for us because it was whole day, 8 to 10 hours officially for us to, engage in our work, and unofficially it was never ending for us. That's what I said. So our project never slept. Somehow the other person was, working on it, and just to make this successful in a time span of 6 weeks.
Thank you for that. So 6 weeks, it's an interesting amount of time where all these teams came together to work. And the same pretty much was in Ecuador, because we had the same amount of sessions pretty much where we had where they participated on their own project. And we have a question from Lisette Lara, and she asks, how can people get involved and engage in these type of activities? So the first one that I will suggest in this case is to become a member of the Guayaquil Space Society. The Guayaquil Space Society is open to the public. It's a free membership. Anybody can join. Just please follow us on Twitter. I'm gonna go ahead and put the Twitter handle here. It's Guayaquil Space, and you can shoot me an email, and I'll have you in our list as a member, and that way you can participate in our activities. Right now, we're doing all of them online because of COVID, but we definitely are hoping that we can definitely have them available as a physical presence as we were doing back in 2019. And then you also have the National Space Society, which is a chapter. We are a chapter that we belong to the National Space Society of the United States. And you can visit their website, which is nss.org. And I'll put it on the site also, on the chat. And there are many ways to get involved, many organizations that are amazing. And the Student Generation Council is an amazing way to also show some great leadership where you can definitely be involved. So there are many, many ways where people can participate. So with that, we're coming close to the end of the program. And I just wanted to see if anybody has any other questions that they would like to share before we go. Okay, so with that, I definitely want to say thank you. And we're so excited that you were all present here. And we definitely want to wish you the best. And thank you so much for participating. Take much care.
Thank you.
Thank you, Richal. Thank you, Garima. Thank you, Victoria. It's been amazing to have you, so thank you for all the participants. We are so glad that you're here. And thank you for the STEAM girls. And we're going to find a way to make those projects a reality. Okay? Have a great week, everybody. Take much care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.